hearts is gonna rip your heart out and leave it empty for days. What if your roommate was your soulmate? Like, what? So today's video, I'm going to do a book shopping video, and I'm so excited because, you know, I love books. I literally, most of my paycheck is towards books because I love reading them, and I like escaping my realities and going into new ones with books. I'm also going to Barnes & Noble's, Target, and it's like a used bookstore, and you could like also sell your own books.
I can see you.
Is everything okay?
Yes.
Okay guys, we made it to the store. We have Jenny, the cameraman.
Whoop whoop.
Well, the store's right there, half price books. Let's go! There's George, Jungle. Come on, Jenny.
Okay.
She's looking for the romance. But look, this is usually in a paper bag. Jenny,
well,
look at Jenny with my camera.
Hi.
She's looking for the romance. But
Ladies and gentlemen, very good. Today, once again, welcome aboard on the flight captain.
so now let's go to the book haul. Let's start with the book that I am actually currently reading. I like stopped reading all books that were in my TBR so I could read this book. You already know. You already know. Everyone swears by this book. In Goodreads, it is currently 4.6 stars. That's currently the highest rated book in Goodreads. I bought this like, I think either May or June. I bought it on Amazon because Barnes & Noble was sold out and they didn't have the physical copies, and it took like a month to get to me. That's insane. So I am currently on page, let's see, 202. At first I could not get into it. It was really hard because I am not a fantasy girl at all. I don't read a lot of fantasy. I think my most fantasy I ever read was Harry Potter, of course, because that is my favorite series and my favorite movies. Fourth Ring by Rebecca Yarros, and she said it herself that it is a good book to get into fantasy, like all the way. I was like, okay, all I know it's enemies to lovers. The girl name is Violet, and it's like a world in college. You have to either be a writer or a scribe. In order to be a writer, the dragon has to choose you, and if the dragon doesn't choose you, you die. So like there's so many scenes where there's people dying, but there's a lot of action in this book so far. So that's all I'm gonna say. So I know it's a mix of Harry Potter, and I got that in the beginning of the book. Hunger Games, there's a lot of action, and Divergent. There's like a scene where I was like, oh, this reminds me of Divergent, like, and How to Train Your Dragon. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say because there is a reading vlog coming soon. Let's get to the second book. This book, I also got it on Amazon, and that book is Daisy Hates by Jessa Hasty. This is the second book in the Magnolia Park series. Like, it's amazing. The first book, 5 out of 5 stars. I was crying, I was happy, and all the emotions in that one book. Literally Gossip Girl in a book, basically rich people drama. Yeah, so this is about Daisy Hates. We have Magnolia Parks, PJ, which they're like a couple, and you have Julian, which is Daisy Hates' brother, and you have Christian, which is Daisy Hates' love interest, but they're kind of like friends with benefits. She's more of the badass of girl in the group. Like, oh, for sure Daisy gets me like really cold-hearted. It's hard to bring her out of her shell. So she's like a little mafia girl. In the beginning of the book, it was hard to get into because she's different. She's different than Maloya. So that says no guns at the dinner table. So there's 4 books currently, I think. But I'm trying to get the 3rd book because I know they're changing the covers. But I know the original covers are top tier. They're always going to be top tier for me. And every single thing you see in this book has a meaning. So I ordered the 3rd book. I ordered it in July, like July 20th. And it's not coming until August 15th. I was like, please, Jessa Hastings, please give me the OG cover, please. Send me, if you guys know, send me a website that has the OG covers in Maloya Park series because I need them. So enough of that. So the next book that I got is from Target. It's called Belladonna. I love the cover. Guys, look how beautiful this cover is. For as long as Signa has been alive, the people in her lives have fallen like stars. So however, Signa's best chance of uncovering the murder is an alliance with Death himself. Though he's made her life as a living hell, Death shows Signa that their growing connection may be more than powerful and more irresistible than ever dared imagine. I don't know, I heard mixed feelings about this book, so we'll see. I heard it's very dark, very fall, very dark academia. So the next book that I got, my boyfriend actually got me this book. The 3rd book of Dreamland Billionaire series, The Final Offer by Lauren Asher. 3 brothers. Each brother has a book. And so one brother has the fine print, another brother has terms and conditions, and the last brother has Final Offer. And it's basically about their story. And their grandpa died, so he said in the will that each of them has a task in order to get his grandpa's share of money. If one of them fails, they don't get their grandpa's money. And yeah, so you have Callahan. He was like, I am the Kane brother everyone gossips about behind closed doors. Trust fund brat. Washed up athlete. High functioning alcoholic. No one knows the real me but her. My childhood best friend and the only woman I ever loved. I was tasked with spending a summer at the family lake house before selling it. The request was simple in theory until my entire plan blew up on the very first day. Turns out Lana doesn't just live at the house. She claims to own it too. Yeah, and this one is pretty sure the thickest. But yeah, so I'm pretty excited because I did like the first book. The fine print was actually 4 stars for me. So now we're gonna go to the book that I actually got from Barnes & Noble. I got After by Anna Todd. There's a movie series to this book and I'm pretty excited because it is like good girl bad boy and it's about Tessa and Hardin's love story. So there was the time before Tessa made Hardin and then there's everything after. Life was never gonna be the same. Tessa is a good girl with a reliable boyfriend back home, but she barely moved into her freshman dorm when she runs into Hardin. He has a cocky British accent, tattoos, and a lip ring, and Hardin is cute and different from what she's used to. Something about his dark mood grabs her when they kiss, and it ignites within her passion she never knew before. I forgot to mention I got one more book from Barnes & Noble. George got it for me, and it is The Flat Share. I saw Gina. I love her videos and I love her. I really want to be her friend. I think she's one of the booktubers I really want to be friends with and she seems really genuine. But Gina actually mentioned this book and I got my hands on it. It says, what if your roommate was your soulmate? Like, what? A high rating about this book and she likes this book. That's all I know, so that completely sold me. Yeah, so this book is about Tiffany and Leon shares an apartment. Tiffany and Leon had never met. After a breakup, Tiffany needs a place to live, fast and cheap, but the apartments in her budget has her wondering if astonishing color mold on the walls count as art. Leon, a night shift worker, will take the apartment during the day and Tiffany can have it at nights and weekends. He will only ever be there when she's at the office. In fact, they will never ever have to meet. Even though they are opposites, they still become friends and then maybe more, but falling in love with your roommate is probably a terrible idea, especially if you never met. So I'm like, how is this gonna work? And I see that there's like months. Yeah, so that has both point of views to see what's going on in each other's heads. So that's gonna be interesting. I'm really excited for that. These are the last books that I got from Half Price Books and I absolutely loved it. I love the vibes. Everything was beautiful and I wish it was closer to me because I would go every day. So they did have a lot of popular books. The first one I actually grabbed was The Hotel Nantucket, Ellie and Hildebrand. I saw a lot of people talk about this book and they give it like really good ratings. And so it's like an old hotel and they're trying to like run it again. The staff and the guests had complicated past and the hotel can't seem to overcome the bad reputation it earns in 1922. Yeah, there's like a ghost in this book. The Notebook by Nicholas Sparks is a novel. Look how thin this is, and this is actually like a hardback. Why is it so tiny? And look, it's like the old day pages, and it has like the ridges or whatever. You know, the iconic movie The Notebook. It's the greatest love story out there, and I love the movie, so I was like, I gotta read the book. So I got that book. It was one of the movies that actually have my high expectations towards dating. So the last final book that I got from this whole book haul is A Twisted Love Story by Samantha Dowling. Or I believe she wrote A Lovely Wife. Actually a thriller. I haven't read it, but I know everyone likes it, and thriller scares me, obviously. It's literally a thriller, and I don't do well with scary things. And I feel like this one's a little bit lighter compared to all her other books. It's actually a new release, so I'm pretty excited. I love the cover. The cover is beautiful, honestly. And I really hope this book helps me to get into the thriller, so I won't be scared. And even like the book, like, look how cute! It even matches the cover. So this book is about Wes and Ivy. Oh, they're madly in love. They're never felt anything like it. It's a type of romance people will write stories about. But what kind of story? When it's good, it's great. Flowers, grand gestures, deep meaningful conversations where the whole world disappears. When it's bad, it's really bad. Vengeful fights, damaged property, arrest warrants, and need to end fast because suddenly Wes and Ivy have a common enemy and she's a detective. There's something Wes and Ivy never talks about in good times or bad. The night of their worst breakup, when one of them took things too far and someone ended up dead. Because one breakup might just be their last. Dude, it's like so crazy. No. You don't even have none of their point of views. I think it's just third person. I have to find out what's going on with this book. I have to get it. I have to read it right now. I need to stop buying books. Should I go to a book buying band? Nah. Even George was like, you need to stop buying books. I'm like, no, I don't. Don't tell me what to do. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and make sure you guys watch all my other videos. If you need to find me, I'm probably at Barnes & Noble. Bye!